it's Sarah bringing you 12 more minutes of exercise to help you stay on that path towards being stronger and fitter even on your busiest days. And today's 12 minutes is going to focus on the glutes. We all want a better looking backside, but what else do strong glutes do for us? So they improve our posture, they help us maintain that good posture, which can reduce low back pain and improve your balance. And a stronger backside, those stronger glutes, will also help you prevent injury to the low back, the upper legs, and those knees. So for the next 12 minutes, let's get ready to strengthen those glutes. We will come down to the floor on all fours and our back for the second and third rounds. So if you'd like a mat, or make sure you have a comfortable space to come down on the floor after we do our first round on the feet. We're gonna work one side, then the other, then we'll come down to the floor and do the same thing, one side, then the other. Each round has 4 exercises that we power through for just 20 seconds each. You get a 30-second rest in between. We're gonna start up on the feet with a single leg deadlift reach. So we're just gonna have one foot bent back behind the other, heel up off the floor because we want this foot really light so that our standing leg has all of our weight, and that way we can load that standing glute. And we're just gonna tip forward, reach down, or keep the hands on the hips. But those hips are gonna go back towards that back heel so you can load up the back side. So that's exercise 1. You're gonna stay with that standing leg, and your back leg is just gonna kick back and in. Now if you're feeling balancy, you can hold on to a wall, you can tap down in between kicks, kick and tap, or challenge the load on that leg by staying up. That's move 2. Then we'll step back into a long, low lunge for move 3. Simple lunge. Then, keeping that same leg where it is, you will step the other foot back, curtsy lunge pulse. Those are your first 4 moves. We'll do one leg, then the other. Get ready to start, 20 seconds each. Quick 5-second rest in between. Step one foot back, square up those hips, hands on the hips, or reaching down towards the floor as we push those hips back and then rise. Down and up. Hips are square, shoulders are square, core is on, and we push the hips back so we can feel that back, hamstring, and glute. At the bell, we get ready for those kickbacks. Same leg stays still. That leg that was behind you now kicks back, and we pull it back in. You can always tap down. You can hold onto a wall or a countertop. Try to keep those hips square, a little bend in the standing leg, and we're really feeling those glutes starting to fire up. Take that leg that was kicking, step it way back so that the hips stay square, and you can pick up that back heel and drop those knees to 90 degrees. Lift the chest. Make sure that front knee's right over that front ankle or not going past that big toe. That back knee's going right under that back hip. And we're feeling both glutes now. Keep that foot there. That was in the front. Step your back foot behind you, light on the floor. And just little curtsy pulse. The knee is pressing out towards those pinky toes. That back foot is really light. And your chest is up. Feeling the glute. Bend a little deeper. And get ready to change legs. You've got 30 seconds to stretch that side. So if you'd like to take the ankle over the opposite knee, sit the hips back, quick glute stretch, or just push the hip off to the side, stretch it out. We're gonna switch legs. So now the leg that was moving is going to be our static leg. We're gonna keep it right there. Tap the opposite foot back so that it's really light on the floor. Knees parallel, hips parallel, shoulders square. Core on, and we tip and rise. You can reach down towards the floor or ankle, or just keep the hands on the hips. But as you tip, keep that back straight and really push those hips back. We're trying to load down the hamstring and shake it out. Get ready for those kickbacks. So use something to help with your balance if you need it. One side probably feels more balancy than the other. Or challenge yourself. Keep a load on that standing leg. Keep the hips square. Lift that heel up and really engage the glute. 3 more seconds. We're going to step back nice and long. Keep those hips square. Chest up. Drop down and up. Try not to lock the knees when you come back up. And now we're letting that back side, that back leg, help this front leg just a little bit. But we're going to take that leg, step it back behind you, really light on the floor, so we're bringing all the load back into that front leg, curtsy pulse. Knee is pressing out. And think about shifting your shoulders back just a little bit. Load the glutes. Take the work more out of the thigh and into the back. For 3 more seconds. And then quick stretch. Shake it out, loosen it up, because we're not done. We're going to come to all fours. Hands and knees. Pick a side. Preferably the one that you worked first time, the first round. We're going to take that leg and we're just going to extend it out and in. That's exercise 1. Hip square, core is on, so draw that belly button up and in. Knee to chest, lift the heel up. Can you kick it up past the hip without letting the hip lift up? So try to keep that hip level as you squeeze the glute, lift the heel. And maybe kick through that heel. Really flex the foot. We're going to bend the knee under the hip, and we're going to lift it up to the side. We call these fire hydrants, and I think you can see why. Knee lifts up, and now we're working the outer part of your glutes. So really lift. We say glutes plural because there's 3 muscles that make up those cheeks. We want to work them all. Keep the knee bent, flex the foot, and we're going to kick that heel up to the ceiling. So now the knee stays up, almost in line with the hip, and then you're going to lift that heel up as you lift the knee past the hip without letting that hip twist. So working all glute and hamstring here. Shoulders square, hips square, core on. One more move for this side. We're going to draw a big circle with that knee. So pick it up, draw a big circle, bring it back under the hip. Out and around. So start with the fire hydrant and then circle up to that scorpion kick and bring it back under the hip. Just 5 more seconds. And then you can hit a child's pose, because I bet that other side has started to say hello. Now we're going to work the opposite side. So it already did some work to keep you steady in this quadruped. All fours. Knees under hips. Shoulders over wrists. Belly button up and in. Get ready to work the other side. Just bringing the knee in and extending that foot up and back. 20 seconds. Square the hips. Strong through those shoulders. Maybe flex the foot. Maybe lift that heel just a little bit higher as you extend the leg back. Don't let that hip lift with it. Let the glute pick the leg up, not the low back. All right, get ready for those fire hydrants. Up and out to the other side now. Knee stays at 90 degrees. Hips and shoulders stay square to the floor. Really work that outer hip and that outer glute. Can we lift up just a little bit higher? All right, scorpion kicks. Bend that knee up towards hip height. Flex the foot and kick it to the ceiling. Little pulses. We're only here for 20 seconds, so lift a little higher. You're already halfway through them. Squeeze those glutes. All about the back side. Next, we've got knee circles. Here we go. 20 seconds to finish up this side. Keep the knee bent, up and out. Take it around. Start with the fire hydrant, and then try to lift that heel up to the ceiling. before you bring the knee back under the hip. Just 5 more seconds. Then you get a 30-second rest to transition to your back. Short child's pose if you need it. We're going to finish on the backside for some bridges for those glutes. Starting with a 2-foot bridge, you're going to plant the feet, bringing those heels in by the hips, anchor the shoulders down onto the floor. Make sure those knees are reaching towards the midline and keep those shoulders pressed firmly down. We're going in 2 seconds, hips up and down. So we're just peeling those hips up and then pressing the spine back down 1 vertebrae at a time, lifting those hips as high as you can. Maybe a little hold at the top. Get used to that feeling of that hold because that's where you're going for your next 20 seconds. You're going to hold. You can bring thumbs under hips for a little support. Pick 1 foot, bring the knee towards the chest, lift the foot up, and then just tap the toes back down. Up and down. We do this without letting those hips drop or twist. So we're really pushing into that opposite heel, driving those hips up, engaging that glute. All right, drop the hips, drop the foot. We're going to use both feet. Again, both feet up and down. This time, can you just come halfway down and then back up? Just halfway and then back up. If you need to go all the way down, do so. It's your workout. Keep those knees reaching in, those hips driving up, those shoulders anchored down. All right, we're still working that first side, but this time we're going to lift the hips and kick the opposite foot up. Hips down, kick the foot up as you drive the hips. So single leg bridge, but opposite foot is kicking up towards the ceiling, and then knee comes back to the chest. Really push into that opposite heel, drive those hips up together. Oh, it's burning now. All right, we're going to switch legs. You get a little rest, so stretch it out if you need to, or just hug those knees up to the chest. We're starting with the 2-leg bridge, then we're switching legs for those knee lifts, single leg bridge, anchor the feet right by those hips, anchor the shoulders, bring those knees towards the center, tuck that tailbone up and under, lift the hips high, and then roll them back down. Like your spine is a piece of Velcro, and you're going to peel it off the mat and then push it back down. So the tailbone is the last thing that taps down, and it's just a light tap. All right, we're going to hold the bridge. So if you need the support, thumbs under those hips. Anchor the opposite heel down, bring the knee up, tap the toes. So we keep all the load on the opposite leg now. If hips are dropping, bring those thumbs under them. Help them stay up. Back to our 2-leg. After our 5-second rest. So heels in by those hips. Hips as high as you can, maybe just halfway down this time. Challenge those glutes. You are almost done with their 12-minute workout. All you have left is those single leg bridges with the kick up. Push those shoulders down, lift those hips a little higher. All right, this is it. Last 20 seconds. Anchor the foot down. Opposite foot kicks to the ceiling as those hips go up as high as you can get them. Your workout is almost finished, so push through that burn. You can feel those muscles getting stronger right here. This is where it's happening. Stay in it.
Activity completed.
That's it. Hug those knees. Rock side to side. Take a stretch for the glutes. Take a sip of water. Take a breath. If you've got 12 more minutes, join me for another workout. We've got some stretches on there you can try if you're looking for something more gentle. And as always, I'd love for you to come back. So subscribe, keep an eye out for new videos coming your way as often as I can get them out during my busy life. Thank you for joining me during your busy life, and I'll let you get back to it.